Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the ASL Bacon Weekly Chapter 2. As we do have this player, the king of online cups. However, did have his crown taken from him the last time. Can he get revenge and take it this week? It is Acer's Bly.
Oh yeah, and the newcomer, his opponent in the bottom left-hand corner, currently teamless, representing Korea, it is Apocalypse. Apocalypse. I feel like I really need to enunciate the cuss sounds in there, that name. Right?
APOC is what he is
Bly.
known as well.
I won't comment on this any other time, except for this game, because Bly still has the yellow hawk from last.
No way.
Only
Why?
him. I've not seen it for any other person. I'm not going to comment on it because it's too weird, but, well, guys, whoever's out there, like, there's just a weird logo on Bly's name, and it's just only for him. I don't know. We'll see. Apocalypse, though, will be opening with a Reaper Fast Expand, albeit just a normal opener, while his opponent, Bly, looking for the hatch first. The Reaper may be able to get 1 or 2 kills here and there, at least drone-wise.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see how Bly does deal with it. He did go for that hatch first, so Apocalypse, I wonder how he will go into it, though. You know, like, will he dedicate himself to the Reapers, multiple, or will he just get one and then go right into the tech? You know, Apocalypse, definitely a solid macro player, but, you know, why not kick it off with a little bit of aggression if he wanted to? I mean, I don't know if I'd do it against Bly, though. Bly.
Yeah. Bly from previous ASL Bacon Weeklies, from the first one, showed that he's like, I play weirdly, and I think we should have followed him through, albeit we got some great Magic Rover, got some great games from Hydra and such, but still. Yep. We'll see what he pulls out of his magic bag this time. Bly gets the scouts, he's the Reaper. Second Reaper on the way, though, and I'm wondering if he was planning on doing that Reaper the entire time, or the Overlord Scout actually tipped him off about hatch first. I don't know if that's possible, but I've seen it before. If he's Gosu in Korean.
Yeah, I mean, seems to be a pretty standard opener, but yeah, getting that other one, it's just like, I always wonder in Terran players' minds how they go about this, and what exactly it is that every Terran wants to accomplish with it, you know, because I don't think Bly is a player that is going to fall too much to the pressure of multiple Reaper. And he's even the type of player that will scout that, will see the Reapers coming in and then react by going into Roaches or something crazy right after it, you know, in order to kind of punish the later tech and the fact that you really don't have an army that's really good against Roaches.
At least these Reapers will get that scout off and maybe be able to find, as you were saying, Roaches, something of the sort. But now there's not enough lanes to fight the Reapers. By the way, guys, whoever wins this best of 3 will move on to the finals. Still, though, game 1. And these 2 Reapers are going to really be actually a thorn in Bly's mind.
Yep.
He
loses one of the Reapers, unfortunately. And
still, he killed Lings while there should have been drones being made at the natural, and now we see 6 drones. So at least that happened.
Yeah, and there was a 3rd Reaper that was made, by the way, and the Reaper does go back home. That was one that was gonna get a little pressure going on, but does take out the Lings that were trying to cancel that command center, but they at least stopped it. You know, they took out the SCV that was building it, I believe.
Definitely. They canceled it for a little while. Not canceled it, but stopped it, as you said. Off the back of this, it looks like it's going to be Hellions, maybe into a Banshee. We'll see really what Apocalypse is planning here. He's got the possibility, but there's the 3rd CC, nothing of the sort. I assume just big Hellion Marine pressure, possibly even Hellbats.
Yeah, I mean, he's getting a tech lab right now on the barracks, rather, and hasn't dropped down to Stargate just yet, so maybe it is going to be for Stim. Actually, no, the Starport, rather. I meant to say, not Stargate, but Starport is right there, and maybe he will go into Banshees. I know Apocalypse loves Banshees. Hellion Banshee is a style that he's done for quite some time. But he's going to get blindsided by these Roaches, man. I mean, Banshees do pretty good against Roaches, but we've seen it happen many, many times where the Roaches get there and they just start doing so much damage before the Banshees can even deal.
Both Reapers are going to go down here.
Oh, such a big hit. You invest in those Reapers, and then they just die straight up. They get the scouting, though, which is big. You see the Roaches coming?
Yeah.
And, see.
Hopefully here, at least he'll have the Banshee at home. Actually, does he even go for the Banshee? No, he doesn't.
He doesn't go for
Viking.
it. Yeah.
Just saying, you know what? Don't even want to worry about it. I'll put my gas into Widow Mines, put my gas in some Vikings, and maybe look more into the mid to late game because he does have the third CC hidden. Now, natural base should I think the natural base should just pick up and make it look like he's been contained for a while.
Yeah. Bly putting on some pressure. Gonna lose another SCV. And there's really not a standing army here for Apocalypse. I mean, there's not too much here for pressure from Bly, and knowing him, there would be Burrow on the Roaches, but he didn't end up getting it, so it's just a light pressure here.
There's no pressure, there's no standing army, but I don't think that's a big issue. He can hold fine with what he has right here, just a little bit of micro with a Viking landed, and now his natural base is he's muling at it, Stim's on the way, and now he's getting into a nicer position where really, I feel like Bly is saying, oh, fantastic, like, I denied your natural.
Yep.
So, overall, I'm feeling this is great for Apocalypse.
Yeah, I would say so as well. The third base never went down for Bly, and he's just starting to make a lot more Widow Mines with this, and the fact that he dropped down that... Did he drop down the third command center? Or, yeah, he did. So he's mining already from the third command center. This is beautiful for Apocalypse. Where's Bly going? He's looking like he wants to go into a gigantic Roach push. As he does have any upgrades? No upgrades with it. Just going to be Roach speed.
I feel like the big thing here, not only that he has the third base income, but he's got double gas on that. So normally you're saying I scout my opponent's natural. I see they don't have that much gas, whether that be medevacs, upgrades, whatever, but the bio just cannot go 1-for-1 without that gas versus Roach Hydra, whatever we see out of Bly. So it's a really big mind game here, and how quickly will Bly realize it? There is that drop you see on the left-hand side, 3 Widow Mines. Bly may be looking to move out here. Roach speed will be done, and he should be able to kind of hold the bases, but that third base will be at jeopardy, at least worker-wise. I'd love to see, though, medevac wait a couple more seconds, though, just for drones to saturate it.
Yeah, at this point, though, he may just go right into the natural. Bly gonna utilize those rocks in this map in order to get into the third base of Apocalypse, who really doesn't have much at home again.
Oh, with the Widow Mines, do they get shots?
What?
Yeah.
They're gonna get evacuated. The drones.
That queen really took it for the hive mind right there, but the Widow Mines do get out. That actually forced all the roaches to be pulled back.
Oh, that's a big deal, actually, yeah, because if these roaches are knocking on the door of Bly or of Apocalypse, then they're going to be able to get a lot more damage done, because there's really nothing here. And look at how much distance that Bly would, or I keep missing them, that Apocalypse would have to cover. Imagine that, like, the roaches get to one spot, and then if your army's out of position, you're taking damage, man. This is an interesting style out of Bly.
Yeah, we'll have to see right here. I like what Bly's doing, though. Really playing to the map, knowing that he can hit multiple places at once, and what's better than hitting multiple places at once? Well, doing it with Tunneling Claws and Roach and Burrow, Roach Speed, whatever. For now, though, he will be putting pressure on this base, and I think he kind of understands now that there's maybe that third base there. He still has not scouted it, though. Not even with that one... Changeling that got in and actually didn't see it. Oh, there, did see the third base.
Oh, the Widow Mines at the main of Bly, though. Gonna get some kills. Finally getting value. Apocalypse, 7 kills on one of them, 4 kills on another. I didn't see the other one, but damn, that was quite a bit of worker kills.
That pulls back the roaches again, because they do have to deal with this entire Stim Bio army within the third base, and the entire army of Bly was on the other side of the map.
Oh,
Apocalypse
my.
pushing forward. Actually may be able to snipe this base or at least get some more kills. So far, Apocalypse has got 18 kills with the Widow Mines plus this bio. Now roaches are coming in, but they're going to come in one by one. Not quite, though, and I think Apocalypse gets on out of there.
He does, and beautiful play out of Apocalypse. And he's still mining off of the 3 bases, and Bly gets all the way back home, doesn't really kill much. And then Apocalypse is just like, word, I mean, that's perfectly fine by me. My economy is in a much better position. And Roach Hydra doesn't really do well against this kind of play. Very drop-heavy play, and I don't really see any static defense out of Bly. So this is the perfect situation.
What, the medevac? Medevac goes down at the natural base, but just showing that a good defense is amazing offense. Apocalypse has defended his third base again and again through his aggression, whether it be with medevacs or this stim force, because it's going in again and just focus down workers, I think, right here. Oh, maybe he's going to go for a queen.
Yep, just getting any kind of damage done, forcing the attention of Bly to be anywhere but where he wants it to be. Bly trying to do a counterattack, though, so he is going to do the shark attack, but he's taking out the Hydras at the top. And he's staying on top of the upgrades. He's never going to be really behind in upgrades, Apocalypse, so...
I think that Apocalypse can push back up to that third base if he wants to, but back at home, there is a missile turret in that third base's mineral line. The army should be able to spot siege tanks back there. Apocalypse moves up. If there he spots the army, hopefully he will pull back. There's the full pullback. Beautiful.
And is going to lose those 2 roaches, but Apocalypse? Actually, he's not. He's going to keep it. Okay, he is going to scan and get that.
Oh, he's fine. Kill it. Kill it.
Oh, hero roach.
He doesn't have a Raven.
No.
He doesn't have a Raven right here. This really sucks. I'd love to see just 1 Raven produced to manage to see this, but now I see a little bit of an awkward movement right there. Moves right on top of the army, and I mean, the Roach is just waiting for the prime opportunity to do damage to the base.
Yeah, but look at how far in supply. He's down in supply by a lot. He needs that full Roach Hydra force in order to deal. The Hive is barely even started yet, so there's not going to be any of the Vipers. And Apocalypse is out for blood, getting 2-2 very shortly. And what's the point of 2-2 with Roach Hydra if you don't have that big force in order to actually deal? Look at the position that Apocalypse is going to get here.
He's going to have a remarkable position while there is roaches in his main and natural, though he needs to deal with. But the big battle is happening right here. But the Hydras, they are so squishy when against stimmed bio. And at this force, it's scary. Medevac, siege tanks in the back. Will siege up, not allowing the drones to do any damage while being pulled. Maybe some friendly fire damage. But I think Apocalypse has pushed through this main army right here. All the roaches back at home are still actually doing damage to Apocalypse. But they will be dealt with. Finally, they are cleaned up. And Apocalypse is going to sack this natural base.
Yep, he's just gonna destroy it. Bly is falling in supply. He's down to 42 drones, and Apocalypse does still have a few units at home, so he can defend as best as he can, and I think he's gonna be perfectly fine with the defense. But Bly, what does he have? He doesn't have anything to defend here, making Hydras 3 at a time. He has a good amount, actually, but
even on workers right now, but definitely with the third base and no natural for Bly, Apocalypse is really ahead here. Not only ahead that wise, but I mean, he's got 2-2. Even with that, but he's getting his upgrades, everything's coming together for him, and he cleaned up the roaches. Actually, there's still 1 roach left.
Yeah, I do love what Bly is doing with the roaches.
They're even, though. Like, worker-wise, through that, Bly managed to hold it even, but he does not have the production, and he's just splitting his army too much up. I love the roach counterattacks, but this is why you do not see it, because he needs the roaches with the main army to be able to supplement the Hydras, and there's the 3-3 coming in for Apocalypse. He's going to end this very shortly.
This is a very scary position here. Bly sees it coming too, so he's like, oh, great. Yeah, I don't think I can take that.
Back, yeah. He's just got to hope to pull the army, but Apocalypse, I don't think he should pull back right here. He was able to do it with the army previous time. There's the roaches being on board at the third. Will do a decent amount of damage, surprisingly enough.
Yep, there are Vipers out on the map, though, but they don't have the energy, but this is not a very scary force from Bly. Apocalypse going to be able to get those Evo chambers, which means that Bly's 3-3 is not going to be coming anytime soon. And here we go. Is he just going to sack his main? Oh, there was a drop. The roaches, though, have been doing
there. Back at home, by the way, the rocks were never taken down. Maybe he could have defended his main. That won't be the case, though. The lair, or sorry, my bad, Hive being focused down. Hydras and Vipers on the left-hand side. Maybe he'll do something, but he will lock himself in the main base. While back at home, we do see the roaches still dealing with the main army. I think no Apocalypse defends, and I think Apocalypse, he's going to sack this unless there's beautiful blinding clouds. I don't think he can actually push through this tempo.
Nope, I don't think so either. He is trying to get out the other way, saying, get me the hell out of here. Because going up that ramp may be a suicide if you go into a concave of a Terran army like that. But, you know, Bly did amazing damage himself. Like, look at the workers lost on this. 61 to 43. Obviously, here in Apocalypse's favor. But, in these kind of situations, low econ, the Mule is going to reign supreme. As even though there are 32 to 25 workers, Apoc's supply is just, it is insane. I mean, compared to this, especially with the 3-3, Bly is in a weird situation. Like, what does he do?
He is, and even though you were saying Sharking so good, getting damage done, evening it up, but that's why you don't see the Shark with Roach Hydra, because the Roaches need to be there to supplement the Hydras. We'll see, though, now there's Vipers for Bly. Oh, he cannot move into that gigantic stick force. 140 army supply to 60. We'll see that the blinding clouds are beautiful. Right on top of the armies they go up with, and they just stamp through it.
Yep.
Nothing left. 2 roaches on the way for Bly, and I think Apocalypse is going to take game 1 here, looking to finish his opponent off. Do we still see that hatch finishing for Bly, but it won't matter.
Oh, the drones coming out for one last hurrah, and it is not much of a hurrah if I've ever seen one, except for Apocalypse, who's probably saying like, woohoo!
Apocalypse, that was his one last hurrah there, and there is many more to come. 1-0.
Gentlemen, welcome back to the ASL Bacon Weekly. Here we are on Iron Fortress. Gonna be game number 2 between these two wonderful players, showing us some great games over the weeks. But this is the weekly number 2. Who shall move to the finals? Will it be this player in the top left corner representing Team Acer? It is Bly.
Or will it be his opponent? In the bottom right-hand corner, only one game away from moving on to the finals. Blue Terran player, Apocalypse. Yeah. Cross spawns this time, maybe quite not as much, maybe not quite as much sharking. Still the possibility, and honestly, I liked the idea, but like I was saying in game 1, he needed the roaches with the hydras to tank the damage and allow the hydras to do damage, not the hydras just get decimated by bio.
Yep. I mean, it was a good idea, but didn't really work out in practice, and Apocalypse wasn't the one to be going back after, you know, like a little bit of pressure. It was more so Bly that was delaying his timings or being forced back home in order to defend. So, you know, Apocalypse definitely took I would say, full control of that game. And Bly usually is the guy that will be in control, especially from the early/mid game. That's kind of his specialty. Just not breaking Apocalypse last time.
We'll see if he can maybe switch it up. Infestors could have been cool. Vipers, I liked it, but really you just need to shut down your opponent's army at that point in the game. You just need to shut it down and buy yourself time. See how that comes out, though. Bly, in that first game, he did put on very quick roach pressure, and I'm really wondering how much it threw him off with his third base taking a little bit later of a third base and stuff because of Apocalypse sneaky third. So we may be able to see Bly even it up, or at least have a more even game in this game 2 of this best-of-3 series. Lysud, he saw that SCV, but it'll depend how amazing he is. And does he think he's in the top right? Oh, he queued it up to the column. He queued it up to stand right on top of that column, and I thought he was going to get it wrong. We'll see, though.
Yeah, I mean, I think Moonlight Madness is a map that is a little more unique in the case that you do get that third base, and there's really not much you can do to pressure it. So usually you'll get that third base, and as a Terran player, right, and then you'll start making the workers from it, but you're not really getting the full benefit of mining because you can't really land it sometimes at the location. But in this case, or at least in the last case, he was able to do that. Iron Fortress, it's not as easy to do so, especially when you get this really, really early Roach Warren coming out of Bly. Once again, a bit loving that pressure, Bly.
Apocalypse will be kind of heading towards the 1-1-1 build like he had in the previous game. We'll see how he defends with this, because this time he can't just say, okay, I'm not going to mine at my natural. There's workers there, and he has a bunker. Apocalypse is putting money into his natural, and it's now going to be a liability depending on how hard this roach, whatever coming out of Bly, hits. There's 4 roaches starting up, and it's back and forth. I think Apocalypse, even though 6 roaches are coming out, it's cross spawns. It's
cross spawn, yeah.
Very long time to get across.
It is gonna take forever, and Apocalypse though did start out with the CC first, so he is gonna be limited to Marine and Hellion production. But are we gonna see the Banshee follow up this time? As last time we did see the Tech Lab, but it was for a Viking. And if he goes for a Viking this time, then I think he'll be in a little bit more trouble. But if he goes for the Banshee, then okay, he is going to go for the Viking here. So the Roaches could do a little bit of damage, because that third base is not going to be as early as it was before.
It's not going to be as early, but if you remember in game 1, after seeing the Roach push, he did go Viking, and maybe it's kind of, even if you Void Rays and the counter roaches, I can make 1,000 roaches and just push through you. So it may be more of, I want to supply block you, I want to stop your roach production in the future, because I think I can defend now without the Banshee. We'll see, though. Hellions are out, kind of in a Yeah, I was saying kind of in a bad position there. No, the Marauder gets away into that bunker. SCVs are pulled though, and the Roaches may be able to start actually working on the SCVs, focusing down the bunker. We'll move straight past it, and man, if it's Roaches v Hellions, the Roaches are gonna have a good time up in the park.
A grand old time. Yep, getting in there, getting a lot of these SCV kills, and now the Marauder does have to get out of the bunker, exposing itself. Bly trying to get as much damage as he can get done. He's actually already down to 3 Roaches, you know? That's not a lot of more to deal with. And Apocalypse is going to hold here without taking a crazy amount of damage, but 13 workers is definitely pretty damn good.
You don't want to take it. On the other hand, though, he does have 2 CCs, a third on the way, and he's going to be able to mule. Power of the mule could be good. We'll see, though. Apocalypse, he's going to take out this Overlord, not only being aggressive with that Viking, but Hellions moving out across the map and maybe able to deny the third base of
Yeah, he might even be able to get a lot of drone kills. There's nothing out here from Bly. 4 are going to pop, though. Roach is on the way, but Apocalypse is going right for the mineral line. All it takes is 3 to one-shot him, Drenok.
Apocalypse smells blood and tries to go for some kills there. Won't quite be able to achieve it. I don't think he got any kills out of there. Maybe 1 or 2. 4 in all, actually.
Yep.
Apocalypse pulls back with 1 Hellion, and I would have rather him going up to the main and seeing that it was a lair, but if we do see a scout, or at least a scan from Apocalypse, it should be okay, especially with a 3rd CC. Armory coming down, and looks like Apocalypse is going to go Hellbat something push, while Bly has no intention of leaving up the pressure.
No, he is going to be getting his 3rd finally. But Apocalypse does have it. He has his own 3rd, and he's going into Banshee, so a very delayed Banshee with the Hellions and the... Actually, he's going full-on mech here, Drenok. Gonna go drop down 2 factories, and then the Armory is there for the upgrades, as well as the Hellbats, like you said. But the follow-up, cross-position mech on Iron Fortress is gonna be an interesting one, I think. Definitely a little bit more difficult to pull off, but hey, if he can do it, then all the power to you there.
I actually think for cross position, it's about the best you could on this map for mech, only because what makes Zerg good against that or scary is because it's so quick. But moving across the map where you're not going to have creep all the way, as you saw, the very first attack was kind of delayed from the Roaches since it's so big, and he may have that issue of, yes, I have a quick army, yes, mech is slow, but he can camp out between his natural and his 3rd. We'll see how that actually pays off, though, because beautiful Banshees will actually force out a couple extra Queens, and there's no Queens injecting into the natural at the moment, actually.
Oh, yeah. So that larva production is going to get cut down by a bit. I don't know if Bly has realized that it is going to be mech just yet. He can kind of just hope that it is, but he's going into melee upgrades. That doesn't mean that he doesn't know that it's not mech, or doesn't know that it's mech, but when you do get those melee upgrades and you do think that you're going to go into Lingbane Muta, then you find out that it's mech a little too late and realize that you would rather have those ranged upgrades, but hey, sometimes it still works out.
Agility-wise, though, Lingbane Muta is pretty darn fast. He may be able to at least kill a 3rd something. We'll see, though, how that works out, because Apocalypse, he's the one who wants to kill a 3rd here. He's got Hellbats, he's got Banshees, and honestly, the Banshees may be able to deal with the Roaches here and just allow the Hellions to go away on these Queens. We'll see. There's the Overseer. We'll be able to spot the Banshees, but Banshee Micro is good. Sadly, there's too many Roaches, and just the Hellbats will go down, and actually, when Banshee goes down, overall, a big loss for Apocalypse.
Yeah, gonna not get any damage done there at all. He does get his 3rd base up, though, but, I mean, the counterattack could be here from Bly. Gonna be just some Roaches, and there is a Spire that gets put down. But without the Baneling Nest done, maybe he isn't planning on Lingbane Muta. He just wants to get the melee upgrade, maybe for some late game, if he does get into those Ultras or Broodlords or something like that. But
this map is very open, especially when it comes to between the natural and the 3rd, and then just in the middle of the map, you can get a full surround with Lings if your banking opponent has to move out slowly. I like the Ling idea, but it's a little bit dicey. It's a bit coin flippy of, do I get into a good position, or do you just wreck me with mass siege tank? But now, Bly knows about it, maybe even be able to kill the siege tank. No, it won't quite happen.
Oh, that hero SCV in the face of battle. The face of danger just continues to work on that tank like nothing ain't even happening. Just like, yep. You keep spewing that acid on it, and he just like
all
cleans
in
it
a
off
good
with
day's
the
work.
wasp. Yeah.
All in a good day's work. I'm scrubbing. All to good day work. We'll see though. There's the Spire for Bly. Fourth base coming down, and there is a lot of Vikings for Apocalypse. I'd rather him go into like Broodlords or something here, to be honest. I mean, that wouldn't even be good versus Vikings, but I just don't think mutas are going to actually be worth it.
Yeah, I don't believe he
Did he
would
cancel
go
it? No,
for
he
them
didn't.
just yet. He did drop the Infestation Pit at the same time, so he is going to be
Again,
going...
Oh, but the Hellions
Whoop.
into the natural. Shoop to Whoop, man. They are in
Yeah.
there, and they're starting to fry stuff. Queens are here, and by the way, I was going to say... Oh, wait, maybe they'll get in the main. Roaches will expertly kill them, though.
That's
Even
around.
though the Spire was a big committal, maybe... Oh, the Banshee's actually at the third,
At the
too.
third
We'll
piece.
be able to kill an Extractor.
And they might even
Maybe
get the
even that.
base too. All the drones are here at the same time though, but there is enough for transfuses, and I think he's going to be just fine. And now
What I was
it's
going to
all-
say is, even though the Spire is 200 gas commitment, he does have 1,500 gas in the bank if you see for Bly, so overall I think he's okay with that decision.
Oh yeah, I mean, and the fact that he can get that Greater Spire, get into that later game, he just has to deal with these Banshees. They're so annoying, right? And find a way that he can deal with those Vikings, which would be in the Hydras. And then if he can clear the sky, the Broodlords would be able to do a lot of damage.
Definitely is a possibility. Getting himself ready for the big counter game where after all the armies clash, kind of counter each other and see what you make Mass Fling, whether it be that or whatever. See, though,
Yep.
another Hellion run by beautifully from Apocalypse, and this is like we saw in game 1 with Roaches. This is Apocalypse's own version of it, trying to run by as much as he can. And on this map, there's so many ways into the thirds. We'll see, though, Vipers. Oh, do they see the Vipers? Don't quite see the Vipers. You can assume Vipers here, but now the fourth base is at jeopardy.
Yep. Even gonna get a scan to get the rest of the drones, but those Hellions are gonna possibly get taken out. Not just yet, though. But it looks like it to be Roach Hydra Viper, and I really like Roach Hydra Viper when you're able to overrun your opponent and get those great blinding clouds. Even the abducts to chip away at that mech army is really nice to do, but this might be an ambitious move out of Apocalypse.
Siege tanks actually jump down there. Oh, the Hellion's going for another attack here. Drones may be able to get a couple more kills than the drones. Them lining up with the siege tanks. 4 siege tanks just went down, by the way.
Yeah, I was gonna say, the very ambitious move out of Apocalypse, right?
Loses 4 siege tanks and attempting to siege up into that third base of Bly somehow. But the Roach Hydra, this time with roaches with the army, has enough HP to just push through the mech.
Yeah, 16 drones went down, by the way, at that same time, and Apocalypse going to be taking that other base, the fourth. And, you know, this is where the cross positions do really work out, because, yeah, look at this kind of position that he can get. Like, this is such a easily, well, not easily defendable, but much more easily defensive position that he can take, and just knows exactly, very easy to shift in between them, the 2 different locations. I really like it.
Definitely.
Forcing Bly to go up the ramp, that's suicide, man. He's gonna do it anyway, though.
Nothing is sieged up yet, though, and there is beautiful blinding clouds, but the Vikings target down the Vipers, almost instantly dying, and nothing can attack. Nothing can attack. All the Vikings being brought down. There is the Thor, there is the Banshee, but the Hydra's wreaking havoc. There is no Overseer there. They have to be very careful about the Banshees, and it was very ambitious and daring. Didn't take damage. It didn't take a lot of damage. All the Vipers died, though, right there. Still, though,
It was
that
the Vipers
beautiful.
dying and the Banshees just and killing everything on the ground. MVP Banshees, yeah, they really forced them back. And in that time period where they were all taking damage, the siege tanks were able to at least wait out the blinding cloud. And then as soon as that went off, nope, gotta go home. I'm loving it.
I'm wondering if Apocalypse is going to go into battle cruisers next. He's got 2 more starports on the way with tech labs on them. Oh, actually, maybe able to kill this. Whoever thought of the siege tank drops, like
the siege tank
unsieged.
Hellbat drops.
Like
So,
just tank drops, guys. Tank drops are good, but finally a 4th base attained. While there is Banshees at the other base, kind of wreaking havoc. And Apocalypse is a nice chokehold. He has got a nice composition going into the mid to late game, and now the battle cruisers should be started relatively shortly. Fusion Core is there.
yes, it is. He's gonna add
Actually, Ravens.
battle cruisers. It's gonna be the ultimate Sky Terran army. And he's able to get to this because he is taking that 5th base at the same time. This is just insane, man. Apocalypse has been playing this out so well. deflecting the attacks of Bly, and then just getting switching up his unit composition by doing those kind of drops. Every time he does the drops, he frees up supply, gets a bit of damage done, and then refills it with units to deal with whatever it is that Bly has a little bit better.
Definitely, the biggest thing here, I feel like, for Apocalypse, he doesn't have that much of bank. He has taken another base, but if he does want to make a nice transition, it's going to be a little hard. He's going to have to make it slowly while trading out units.
Yeah.
Beautiful troop spread at the moment is down for Bly, and he's moving in for another, maybe possibly big attack, and actually, it would be beautiful Blinding Clouds. There's the Blinding Clouds, but still so many siege tanks are up on the high ground, and behind this, they will be shelling. None of the Vipers go down this time, though. He will not have to remake them and actually has to pull back, loses all the Roaches in that attack.
Yeah, that's a big deal that he doesn't lose to the Vipers, though. But that was one of the best positions that he could have got Apocalypse in, and he tried to make the best of it, wasn't really able to kill too much, but he's, it's better than just not being able to break it at all, I would say. Anytime you can trade out, it's pretty good, but Apocalypse is just out-expanding Bly at the moment, and the transition is real. Look at the production tab, Drenok. 3 battle cruisers coming out at the same time. This is only scary. 3-3.
Yeah, very, very highly upgraded 3-3 battle cruisers is scary, and not only has Apocalypse led in the expansions, but he has in the denial. When you get the siege tanks up, you just can't do anything about it, especially with Apocalypse's supply depot walls, and it looks like he's going to go to maybe deny something else, and that battle cruiser is just... Oh, actually, it doesn't matter right now. Hydra's maybe able to do something here. A lot of the Vikings in the sky are not actually going to be focused down, interestingly enough, just going for the siege tanks.
The Banshees aren't here.
Wait, that is a huge part of the army.
Yeah, he's gonna lose a whole lot of his ground army, and yeah, that was pretty much a free, I would say, like one of the best trades.
That's a free, like, half the army right there. What I was gonna say is battle cruisers like the coolest textbook kind of transition. Like, I'm gonna make 3 starports and just make tons of battle cruisers.
And this transition into that classic battle cruiser unit composition. And they're gonna be so beefy too. I don't know if he got Yamato cannon. It looks like he did forget that up.
I mean, the 3-3 though, like 3-3 battle cruisers.
Yo,
3-3, like, just like, think about this for a second, guys. 3-3 battle cruisers. When have you been like, and here's the 3-3 battle cruiser composition transition?
Yep, unless you're watching like Gumiho or something, yeah, it's definitely not something that you see.
Unless you're watching Wings of Liberty finals with like,
like MVP.
With Vortex or whatever it is on the mothership.
Yeah, Vortex. Good old classic MVP style. And this is crazy, man. 3-3. Yeah, they don't have Yamato.
Bly, what are you thinking? Bly, don't do this. Bly, don't do this. Oh, wait, maybe he can do it.
Yeah.
Just snipe anything, anywhere he can. And now the army of Apocalypse has to reposition, but dang.
Surprise, battle cruisers. What's up? He is going to yoink
the
one.
The pull is good. Doesn't matter if the pull... Oh! Is he... 6 health. Does he get it? Oh, it pulls it back and takes it out.
I love it. You know, you do have to use a few more than... the abducts that you wanted to use, but whoa, bit of an issue here as the Hydras, there you go. Much better way to deal with tanks.
What's funny is he's just freeing up more supply for battle cruisers. Like literally, that's just being made at home off the bat. It's like, oh yeah, cool, battle cruisers, but at the same time, bottom left, we do see these siege tanks lovely. Again and again and again, Apocalypse has shown he's very strong at being all over the map, he's multitasking and canceling these bases. Hydras are good, but are they worth it? We do have a small bank for Bly, but does he have the production if his base goes down? Or at least moving into the mid-game. Another force, actually, of the battle cruisers moving in.
Yep, he does have a lot of creep to clear, but he does have a lot of command centers as well. Starting to really just bank up those minerals, so he doesn't have to worry too much about mules anymore. Continuing to be across the map. Look at this, even using scans to kill these drones that are burrowed. And these are just expendable units, these Hellions, right? Like,
100% expendable units. We see one has 9 kills, another one has 2, sadly, and 5. They have been on for a very long time. Doing really well, but all they're doing is if they do go down after killing, frees up more supply for battle cruisers. We see the Behemoth reactors, which just helps energy-wise, because no one actually knows what that is if they don't play Terran and they haven't seen it this late in the game. Behemoth reactors on the battle cruisers, and one thing just to point out here is, dang it, I wish this was Legacy of the Void, because battle cruisers still can teleport wherever they want.
Yeah.
I wish I could see. And I've played it. I've only played it once. Like, I've played against it once. Oh, but actually, the defense could win here.
It was like the funniest thing. He's like, yep.
It's the funniest thing, because battle cruisers just show up in your main, and you're like, what? What?
Like, wait a minute. Where the hell did you come from?
They
right?
just
Like,
show up. Like, there's no, like, okay, they're going to be here in 10 seconds. Get ready. It's like in any MOBA, they're like, 5 seconds before start. Oh, beautiful Thor pull. Will be great. How many battle cruisers are out at the moment? There's 8 battle cruisers with 6 Ravens. This is the Terran Sky Terran Army. What is it? Not the Golden Armada. It's the Silver Armada.
It is the, I don't even know. Something fleet, though, you know?
Silver Fleet? No, the fleet of, what's the guy in the campaign
Iron
called?
Fleet, that's what it is, because we're on Iron
Iron Fleet. Oh, I love it.
Here we go, though. The Ravens are gonna possibly be able to get some of those Seeker missiles.
It's only 3-1 Hydras.
Yo, they don't have any
No armor upgrades. Man, the battle cruisers. And just for good riddance, they're like, yeah, and like, get out of here. Run, Yamato.
Yep. Just look at how fast they're dying. The Hydras are just getting absolutely decimated. And now Blythe's like, what the hell do I do?
There's a parody song you did one time. It was just, maybe it's Maximus Black. It's someone who's like, man, battle cruisers are actually really good. Like, no one realizes just how good they are.
Yeah. You need to, because after this game, holy moly.
I just want to see them Legacy of the Void, where you teleport everything into the main, like kill the Hydra Den, kill all the tech.
Everything. Yamato, everything. All the things. Yeah, another run by from Apocalypse. I love that he's not only focusing on the fungal, though. Can it be enough, though? They have a ton of HP.
We'll see, the fungal's good.
And yeah.
There needs to be enough Hydras, though. And, I mean, Apocalypse, sorry, Blythe, his bank is kind of going down, but I think there's just too many battle cruisers here. Dang, the GG!
Oh,
Apocalypse! 2-0, moves on.
Apocalypse.
To the finals.
Thanks for watching the video. Please subscribe to support the ASL by hitting the button now.